Alright, so this time let's discuss the 45, 45, 90 right triangle. We have the illustration here. Say this is theta, which is equal to 45 degrees. So we're going to look for the coordinates of p of 45 degrees or p of pi over 4. Okay, so we use the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A and b are the legs of the triangle, and C is the hypotenuse or the longest side. Now again, since the figure is on the Cartesian plane, we'll use x and y instead. And since we have a unit circle, so this is 1, -1, and 1, therefore r, or the longest side, the radius, is equal to 1. So we write here 1 squared. Now, the rule here for 45, 45, 90 degree right triangle is that this legs, which are opposite these angles, which are both 45 degrees, are equal. So we say that x is equal to y. They are equal or congruent because the angles are also equal or congruent. They are both 45. 45, 45, 90. So that sums up to 180 degrees. Alright, so let's continue. Instead of using different variables, we'll use one variable instead. So let's use x. X squared plus x squared equals 1 squared. And then combine, so this becomes 2x squared equals 1 times 1 is 1. And then divide both sides by 2. We'll have x squared equals 1 half. Alright, this time let's extract the square root of both sides so that we can get the value of x, which is actually also equal to y because they are equal or congruent. So the square root of 1 half is square root of 1 is 1 over the square root of 2. Now we'll rationalize because the denominator is a radical number. So we have 1 times the square root of 2 is square root of 2, and square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, or simply 2. So x and y are both equal to square root of 2 over 2. We have here square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Therefore, the coordinates of p of 45 degrees or p of pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2 because it's in the first quadrant. Okay, so I'm presenting the different angles or special angles with 45 degrees as their reference angles. So we have P of 45 degrees or P of pi over 4, which is located on the first quadrant, is or has the coordinates square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Next, we have P of 135 degrees or P of 3 pi over 4. So that is from here going to the second quadrant, this one, right? So second quadrant, therefore the signs would be negative and positive. Negative square root of 2 over 2 and positive square root of 2 over 2. Then we have 225 degrees. So from the initial side, the positive x-axis going to the third quadrant. Alright, so that's 225 degrees. The sign would be, or the signs would be, negative and negative. Right? And lastly, we have P of 315 degrees. P of 7 pi over 4 is equal to square root of 2 over 2. It's on the fourth quadrant here. And negative square root of 2 over 2. So notice that they all differ in signs because they also differ in the location from quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay, this time we'll have a trick on how to memorize the different coordinates of 30, 45, 60 degrees because they are the usual reference of special angles in trigonometry. So we start with 30 degrees. You just use your hand. This is x. Let's say this is, this is y, and this is x. We start with the smallest angle among the three, 30 degrees. What you'll do is just write square root over 2 on your palm. So we have one finger left here, so that will be square root of 1 half or 1/2, meaning for 30 degrees, the y coordinate is 1/2. And then up here we have 1, 2, 3 fingers left, so we replace this by 3. Therefore, the x coordinate of 30 degrees is square root of 3, not a perfect square, square root of 3 over 2. Alright, let's proceed with 45 degrees. So for 45 degrees, again, just count the number of fingers left. So we have here 1 and 2. Okay, therefore, the y coordinate is square root of 2 over 2. Up there we have 1 and 2. So again, it's square root of 2 over 2. And lastly, we have 60 degrees. Alright, so let's replace this. Let's count first. For the x coordinate, we have 1 finger left. Square root of 1 over 2 is also same as 1/2. And then down here, 1, 2, 3. So you have the square root of 3 over 2. So these are the coordinates of the different reference angles, 30, 45, and 60 degrees.